Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what the future holds for not only me but for the channel. So for 2022, I'm still a little undecided. I have a few triathlons that I plan to do. I plan on doing the Lidditz one again, and I plan on doing the Poconos one again. However, I still feel like I should do a third one, and possibly a fourth, but I don't know what they're going to be yet. So they might be earlier in the season, like the Monticello Man was, or they might be later in the season, such as the one in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, the Marshman, which happens around September. As for other goals for the year, I have a new bet going with my friend Brian, who ran the Poconos Triathlon, and you saw for the Carbon X video as well, that will be comparing his total miles running for 2022 compared to my deadlift for 2022, and his cycling distance for 2022 versus my triple lift, which is deadlift, squat, and bench press. So whatever I am able to do in pounds, he has to try to beat in miles. And I don't know. I feel like it's pretty close. We looked at the stats from this year, and I think they're achievable for me to hit in my lifts. So that will be going on throughout the year. And so there's going to be a little bit of a build training in the beginning of this year, but then once the triathlons start, my strength training gets weaned off a little bit, and I'm not going to be going for straight power. So then it's going to be in the fall again that training is really going to pick back up, and hopefully we're going to be hitting some higher numbers. Currently, where I'm standing is 160 on the bench press, which my goal is to do 225, which is 2 plates. I have some serious shoulder issues that like to show up every once in a while, and they kind of prevent me from benching as well as I would like to. So throughout this year, I'm also going to be focusing on stabilizing exercises for my shoulders, so that not only in my bench press, but also in my deadlift, as well as my swimming, I have a little bit more shoulder stability, and there's going to be a little bit more control in those motions. Following that up, we're around 225 pounds in the squat, which, not bad. I know that I can do better if I focus on it a little bit more. I tend not to do a whole lot of squatting. A lot of my leg exercises are more focused on the muscles. So like specifically working on quads, working on hamstrings, working on glutes, calves, and focusing more on the muscles themselves, due to the running and the cycling having a little bit more of a stylistic pattern to the way that the muscles move. Having my muscles stronger is really what I focus on when I'm in the gym. And then the last lift is my deadlift, which is currently around 315. I've done 405 in the past with no issue. I actually did 405 the morning that I got married. And my goal is by the end of 2022 to hit 500 pounds on my deadlift. So my goals for 2022 for my 3 lifts are 500 pounds on the deadlift, 315 pounds on the squat, and 225 pounds on the bench press. Now, if I can go over those, that's amazing. If I can't reach those, there's still a possibility that I'm able to win, and that would just be if Brian is not able to complete that distance in cycling. Although I know he has a few cycling events lined up for this year, as well as a couple of marathons that he's planning on doing. So it's going to be a tight competition. One of my focus this year is really going to be on the swimming side of things. I know that I need to push myself harder in my running, and as always, I want to push myself to be better in cycling. However, those 2 events I am not as concerned about. where I know that my swimming is a significant weak point. Majority of the time that I'm swimming, I am still in a breaststroke pattern, just kind of like casually going through the water, which is great for recovery to be able to just like fall back into that pattern and know that you're going to be able to do that for a long distance. However, I really do need to work on my endurance when doing front crawl or freestyle swimming. My issue currently is when I start doing that, I do not pace myself well at all, and I am just full bore going for it, and then I get tired after 2 laps in the pool, and I have to switch back to doing breaststroke. As for any fixed numbers, I don't have any yet. Maybe as I get back into the pool this year and start training for some of these triathlons, I'll start to get more definitive numbers on what my goals are for my 100-meter time, my 500-meter time, my 1,000-meter time. Maybe I'll start to figure those out, but at the moment it's really just a conscious decision to put in the effort, put in the work, and actually push myself harder. Which honestly, when I think about it, is my overarching goal for 2022, is just to push myself harder, really see what I am capable of, and focus on making myself better in triathlon, in YouTube, in just like normal life. I want to see improvements. And it's not to say I haven't improved in the past, it's just I want to see those improvements in the future. And I want to be able to look back on 2022 as a positive, informative experience as I move forward into my life. Because we have hopefully some big things in the tank this year, and I cannot wait to see where this future leads to. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on what your goal is for 2022. That can be fitness, triathlon, or just life related. Leave that down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the videos as they're coming out. And the notification bell beside it will notify you anytime a new video comes out. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Let's put in our best effort for 2022, and we'll see you in the next one.